Hello YouTube vintage stereo collectors. Kind of hard to tell what this one is, but this is a Heathkit AJ-12 FM stereo tuner. It's a tube tuner, early 60s. Some of them I've seen, well actually this one is a little earlier, 5960, because I could check, you can check there are date codes on the components, but these are kind of a neat model, bit of a story on these. The first tuner I ever had, I picked up in 1981. It was AJ-12 at a garage sale in my parents' neighborhood. And it was one of the first ones that I kind of got into, cleaning the tube sockets, getting to know the names of some of the audio tubes, the 6AU6s, the 12AT7, 12AU7. Loved the Magic Eye. I had actually been working on some vintage AM and shortwave radios. This is kind of a step up in troubleshooting. This isn't the one. The one that I had, I actually, in those years, I traded up to different stuff. I got into Yamahas and into Sony and Sansui. You know, kept improving my system. I would trade up or sell stuff. And I haven't owned one since that time. So I picked this one up. This was an eBay sale. It was one of these ones shown as not working. Looked great, really nice, clean looking unit, clean dial, everything. And I thought, well, if I'm going to restore one, I want one where everything is there, it's not corroded. As you can see, it's very clean chassis. It doesn't matter if it works or not. I have quite a few tubes and parts. I actually tried it out and it worked. I mean, not well, but I got some audio. So some of the stuff I do really quickly, some of the preliminary stuff, I take out all the tubes. I use 400 emery paper to clean the pins on the tubes, put contact cleaner, something like Neutral, into each socket to clean it out, clean all the controls, clean the chassis. Do all that stuff, try it out again. It improved considerably. But there's quite a bit of hum. There's kind of 120 hertz ripple over everything. So that's where I kind of get to this side. I always put them on cardboard so I can swivel them around. So this had two CAN electrolytic capacitors, and they're really oddball ones. The one was 250 microfarad. One of the caps used the CAN as a positive ground, and one of them was a negative ground in the same CAN. Because it was a voltage doubler type of power supply, so that one is very hard to get. But using a couple terminal strips, I built a new voltage doubler using MEAC capacitors. Went a little higher in the capacity. Instead of 50s, I used 80s. Higher voltage, 450 instead of 250. So built that there. And then there were three other filter caps in this can. One of them was nearly a short circuit. That's probably where the ripple was coming from. But it was basically a matter of moving everything onto this strip, breaking the pins off the old one. And once again, you can get reproduction cans, you can stuff the cans, but you can never put as good a quality capacitor as these into the original can. First of all, it's not big enough, and secondly, you get some odd things happening. You know, I put them back together, thought I had everything right. There's a short to the outside of the can. You know, things happen. This way, you could actually remove all this and put new cans in down the road. It would actually come out very easily. It's only screwed down to existing screws. So anyway, another little tip on these. The dropping resistors between capacitors, I always change them. These ones were way out when I tested with the meter. They were 2 watt. A little bit of burn marks on them. I use the metal oxide, the flame-proof ones, because I've had the odd one go up in flames and it makes a mess inside the unit. Put a couple new bulbs, replaced any electrolytics on the boards, and so I'm going to be going to the alignment stage in a little while. I'll do a separate video on that. And you can see what the tuner's like in action. Thanks for watching and listening.